What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. Late night. I'm recording this at 12 p.m. So whenever you see it, it's likely about an hour from when I recorded this. But I'm gonna get this done and then head off to bed, guys. It's been a long week. But fortunately, tomorrow I'm off, and so I'll get to take a breather, and then really catch up with the meta, because I really haven't had the time to play any Pokemon outside of recording it. So we're gonna be using this super hyper offensive team passed to me by PK Young Lattery about a week ago on my wall, and so let's see what it has in store. It seems like a fairly simplistic team, but it could still be very difficult, as we didn't decay that much because we weren't that high up, and so looking at my opponent's team, Togekiss, depending on what the Cinderace does, if it's a bulk upset, obviously, we can Air Slash, cut that down, or Dazzling Gleam. He's very weak to Scarf, Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to attempt to sweep him with that. So let's see, how can I overwhelm his Magnezone? I can overwhelm his Magnezone by forcing it in with Mrjamvad, and I guess repeatedly Ice Beaming. I could also do it with the Dragapult, which has no switch-ins. He does have an Azu for my Azumarill, but he also doesn't have Hazard Control, which is very good. I'm just thinking what I want to do here, as far as there's just so many options, right? I could also attempt to sweep him with Azu, which I think is Stealth Rocks plus Dragapult. Am I adamant? Not. Or with rocks and light screen, I'll sweep him. And so I think I'm gonna make this relatively linear, unless he leaves Dragapult, in which case he has to go for Dragon Darts. Mrjamvad comes in, we good, and then I'm gonna attempt to sweep him with Azu, or late game Togekiss plus Dragapult. So phase one is gonna be, I figured again, if he led this, actually, it might be better to Grimmsnarl. Positionally, it's better to Grimmsnarl. What does he go to after Grimmsnarl? Grimmsnarl, Bateson. I don't know. I don't want to set up screens yet, but they bait in the same mons. And so let's see what he does. Yeah, I figured. So it's likely a bandit set. Let's see. His offensive threats to me would be Zone. What am I trying to say? Zone. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. Most of this team is physical, obviously, but it's also a question. So I'll reflect. I figured Zone would come in. And so at this point, he kind of has to. He doesn't have to go for Flash Cannon. He could Volt Switch. Well, Flash Cannon I don't have any protection against, and so it would make sense. What I'm gonna do is go to Lycan Rock. Yeah, and I'm actually hoping he stays in here, but because I want this weekend for my Mrjamvad. But I think he'd be smarter than that and switch. Yeah, I figured as much. And so now, because his Dragapult is physical, it's why I always hover over a person's points, because depending on where they are on the ladder, certain plays are just not going to cross their mind. I don't like to play based off my opponent's thought process, so generally I'm not going to gun for that anyway. But because he's physical, I should be safe to go to Grimmsnarl here as he U-turns. All right, Infiltrator. I completely messed up there. Not completely, but you get the idea. The problem is now I have to sack Grimmsnarl when I could have just Cell Rocked his Dragapult. Because if I light screen here, yeah, I could have gotten way more mileage out of this. I didn't think about, but he's definitely, I think, banded Dragapult. He's choice banded, which is good information. Man, I could have gotten way more mileage out of this. Yeah, that was a misplay on my end. Um, there's no point in me sacking Lycanroc. What? Yeah, there is. I can't use this Lycanroc anymore. That was a misplay on my end. Thinking about it, I should have known he'd have U-turn. He never showed it, but that should have crossed my mind. And so the more value would have come from me Cell Rocking, that would have brought him into Mrjamvad's range. Yada yada yada. You get the idea. I think after another round of rocks he is anyway, but you know. And so goes to Dragapult. I could Scarf Togekiss. Very surprised he went and Draga. Man, I could have had his damn. But Magnezone is too big of a problem to me, so I'll have to play this properly. Because we Phantom Forces, he gets the KO. This is tough. It's a tough game. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna go to my Dragapult. I'm gonna Sucker Punch. 2 reasons. Because I think he's gonna stand. I'd assume Sucker Punch KOs from here. But secondly, he wouldn't go to anything that can't get hit by a Ghost move. So if he expects me to be Specs, he could go hard Urshifu. But I think I didn't think he'd go hard Azu because I could have been again Choice Specs and I just Shadow Balled, and Azu was one of the few things on his team that could take a Shadow Ball. I mean, take an Aqua Jet. So I think his Dragapult is within Aqua Jet range now. That's banded Azu, because I mean under Reflect I still took fucking half, and so I mean. This is tough, guys. This is not the best match-up situation. I'll Thunderbolt because it's mid-ground. I'm expecting Magnezone to eventually come in as he Cinderaces. That's fine. I wouldn't say that's fine. That's a lie. Fine isn't the word I'd use there, as he has court change. So that's not good for us. That's not good. He could have Sucker Punch. And obviously I cannot touch the Azu, which is a problem. He can't knock me out with Sucker Punch if he has it, as Urshifu has this ugly head. Is this winnable? Especially because he just court changed. So my mistake with the Lycanroc there was huge. Like it shifted the entirety of the game. But there's still hope. I think he scouted to see if I'd have something to hit his Azu as he U-turns. That was a misplay. It's a pretty big misplay. I mean, I guess you don't want to have this in, but you just gave me 2 free turns of screen. Unless you're going to try to court change back, which I doubt you are. Not in exchange for Reflect. And so I'm assuming that he's just going to go for U-turn here. I'll predict him. He does court change him back. Okay. So I'll just Reflect again and then just set up with Azu. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because this is set up fodder for Azu, and so this is a tough turn if he court changes again. But I'll Reflect here. Yeah, I figured. And so now he has to make a decision, right? Do you? No, I'll just go to Dragapult, and I'll have to U-turn here. If he stays into sack, so be it. Actually, maybe he thinks I'm fucking Infiltrator. Like, you should know better than that. I'll Dragon Darts. Azu coming in. This is tough. Yeah, sacks Urshifu. Azu has to come in here because I'm I'm reflecting, he's not, and so my Dragapult is still a massive problem to him, and so we get to go to Azu. Azu, you know what I'm saying. I wish we had something to hit Magnezone. I really do wish we had something to hit the Magnezone. And so Cinderace slash Magnezone is gonna rear its ugly head here. I guess I can maybe Air Slash sweep or Dazzling Gleam sweep. I'm gonna pivot to Dragapult here because I knew Cinderace would come in. Does he have Sucker? I mean, Reflect is still up. I really want a U-turn here, but I do think he might stay in here. Yeah, it goes to Azu. Okay. And so he has a couple more turns of screen, and so Azu is pretty much done. And so once I get the drum off, he keeps play roughing, which is a smart decision. Reflect wore off. Okay. And so you can't go hard into Cinderace here. Actually, you could, but I can still prevail. I really wish I had something to hit Magnezone. I don't think this is the best metagame set, but again, this was used. This team was made about a week ago, and so the Cinderace gets to come in. What this does is force the Cinderace to kill me. Right. And so we're looking at maybe a flamethrower kind of situation, or because Azu obviously can't do shit. This is tough, guys. This is tough. Do I sweep with Belly Drum? We'll have to see how much his Azu takes and how much Dragapult takes. Because then he just go to Magnezone. We'll have to see. It's gonna get close. I don't think I knock out Dragapult. Don't think I knock out Dragapult, but we'll see. That's why the Cell Rock earlier would have been huge. He might have Sucker Punch on this. Oh my god! Oh yeah, he Phantom Forced. Okay, I think I might have a decent shot at. Let me see, Phantom Force. Is there Aura? Who do I keep here? Who do I keep? If I go Togekiss, do I die? I probably don't die. And if I don't die, I get to go for Dazzle. I get to go for Flamethrower. Man, that is that's just Jet. I mean, it doesn't matter what we do. Yeah, I don't think it matters what we do. He's probably Adamant Bandit, but I'm Adamant anyway, so whatever. I'll just Sucker Punch. Man, that sucks. That sucks a lot. And so obviously, unless we crit with Togekiss on the Magnezone, so now you see like how all these different things ended up playing a huge role. Yeah. So if we just drag, but you know, I don't know the role, and so when you're setting up for Azu, like I have to know the role there and say, okay, well, because obviously Zone lives, bro. So yeah, obviously we have to know the role there. But I think I could have won. I'm surprised it lived. I was pretty sure. Okay, you know, I set it up fairly correctly. The Zone. What I needed weekend, his Azu's weekend, and so I was fairly confident I won, but I mean, clearly it wasn't the case, and so we live and we learn there. And obviously, as time goes on, we learned. But if I have the time tomorrow, definitely. Is this the same team? Yeah, because I think where's the Azu? Yeah, because I don't know why the fuck this Azu isn't max speed. This shit needs to be max speed. So I guess offense. Nice teams. This guy talking to me, like, or is this guy just following me around? But yeah, so another one today, man. If Lycanroc had just as Elder, we wouldn't have any damage on Grimmsnarl, Man, but again, guys, just learn from my mistakes as I roam through the meta game. We may have to take a dip, then we jump back up. But we already discussed this, so let's see. Now we know it does at least 73% to. I bet that was like bare minimum. Like I bet that was absolute mint. But we know the general role on Azu, and I mean on Dragapult, and so we're gonna keep that in mind. Drill is a horrible lead for Lycanroc. It's like the worst possible lead. And he's super weak to Mag if Volcarona didn't have an item called Heavy Duty Boost. So Azu is actually super important just defensively. Lycanroc as well versus Vulcan. So I'm actually going to play this one very differently. I'm going to go heavy on Volcarona very early. I mean Dragapult very early in the game. Yeah, heavy Dragapult early in the game. Then either late game Togekiss or late game Azu. Because I don't expect Ninetales as a lead. Didn't expect Klefki as a lead either because of Lycanroc. I mean, I can't really do shit about this because my Grimmsnarl is quad weak. I can't. Man, this is very depressing. What can I do here? I can go Lycanroc and Stealth. I do need his Extra Drill Sash broken. That's gonna be a big deal. My Dragapult is my main guy either way, and so I'm not overly concerned about the Klefki. He might have spikes. Of course. And so if he has spikes, this Thunder Wave power really mattered, because otherwise I'd be able to switch here. But now he gets to do what he wants, and you know that's not good. Now he can choose to break my, like he can do literally whatever he wants. Now he can go to his drill. So now he can go to his Excadrill. If he gets the hacks, that matters. Because what I can do here is if he has Defy on Klefki, I think he'd be I'm gonna Endeavor here. I figured he'd Rapid Spin, and that's why the fucking hacks mattered so much, because I needed this Extra Drill Sash broken. And so now he broke my Sash, and he can do whatever he wants now. He can pick up a kill if he wants. He can go for Iron Head if he wants. But we're gonna still continue to play and whatnot. It's just little stuff like that is just very frustrating, because they add up. But you have to be able to see the turns ahead to know. Because John, it didn't matter. He went to extra. No, his Sash wouldn't have been on him, so I would have been able to go Dragapult that turn and Fire Blast. Obviously I have Infiltrator. I can go through that. Now I could just straight up lose if he has Rapid Iron Head. So his SDs. Let's see. Light Screen has 2 turns of Reflect. I'm not gonna get any mileage out of this Magearna. I'm not too concerned about this, but it'll just been nice to not get lucked, And so here comes a flinch. Yep. Right on time, buddy. You see how big of a difference just a few turns can make. So if I was going to win, how would I do so? I think these things are just hilarious. It wasn't Sash, it turned out, but it was still the correct play, because Lycanroc wouldn't have lost any health. Azu cannot knock him out from here, and so I need Azu, I think, more than I need Dragapult, and I need Azu. Fucking fantastic. They call me fucking fantastic. So I'm gonna reflect here. Force ahead. I'm gonna bank more on Dragapult than I'll bank on bank on Azu more than I'll bank on Dragapult. He's definitely gonna stand here. And so Drill is gone, but my Dragapult is also gone. My Grimmsnarl is also gone. And so these things are depressing, frustrating. All these wonderful, wonderful words. As we're in a Lycanroc here. Lycanroc has a pretty solid position. You look at this team and look at Lycanroc, by the way. I'm just pointing that out. Like, he doesn't have shit for Lycanroc. And so this would have been a dead Gyarados. Fortunately, we do have Reflect on our side. Endeavor doesn't really help us. Our Dragapult is slower. So basically, without the para having rocks up there, I could have switched out, so I wouldn't have allowed the Gyarados to come in for free. But now what do you do? What do you do? I guess that's why I use Thunder Wave, right? I don't know if I have any outs for this now. The 3 out of 5 paras. I don't know if I have any outs for this, guys. Well, he has 4 to fucking 6 turns to Reflect. Yeah. He actually waterfalled hard, which I think was a mistake. But I only have 1 turn to Reflect left, which isn't enough. Oh well. I'll play rough for the damage, and I can get the attack drop. Because again, he has too many turns to Reflect, and so I'm gonna play rough again. See, bounces, which is actually decently good for me because I get to go to Lycanroc here and waste a turn. He has 2 turns to Reflect left. He gets the water move here. Dragapult can Sucker Punch. So maybe we can pull something off with Azu plus Togekiss, right? So Azu again. Seems bounce is the only thing he can do. Oh, I was wrong. So why did he waterfall the first time then? So Reflect 1 more turn. So he has to go for Earthquake again, and so here he's gonna go for either Waterfall or Bounce. It should just Waterfall. Yeah, I think that's game o. That's game o because I can't even Belly Drum anymore. Yeah. I mean, I might be faster than him. Yeah, I am. Bet. He's adamant, I think. That's actually. Alright, so I just think this is funny. I'm gonna grab 1 more to wrap this shit up. Yeah. So it's about time we had one of these lives, one of these types of lives. Yeah. What are we at? We dropped what 1820. Okay, cool. It's about time we had one of these lives, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Just gotta play. Just gotta play better. That's all we can control. Play in a way where we can mitigate as much hacks as possible. So in this one, I'm gonna double down heavily on my mag. I actually can't because he has a whole Marowak, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna force that in. I guess if I hazard stack Starmie, I'll play the Starmie plus Dragapult. Dragapult's problematic enough to where when I Dragon Dart or Fire Blast, it's a wrap. So I guess I could force mag in on Dragapult. He's gonna think I have a ghost move. He gets clapped. Me prioritizing Stealth Rock Lead is not the move, not in this one. My opponent will certainly attempt to counteract that with something that leads well versus it. In the case of either Komos or Starmie, Starmie obviously can get the rapid spin boost. Komos slash Starmie. Either way, because this is rough as it is just to start off. And so as long as it's not a Mrjamvad on elite, I'm surprised you let Mag. Because I guess if you assumed you're gonna volt switch into Starmie perhaps, then that would make sense. And so my Mag's balloon's gonna go. That's irrelevant. He's Calm Mind. And so he sets up turn 1. Interesting. Okay, I guess I'm going Lycanroc. And so it's a very odd decision. But I'm not complaining. I'll get my rocks up here and then Endeavor. I could taunt, but obviously after Endeavor, no matter what I go for, he's gonna knock him out. Very odd, but I mean, I guess he's 17-21, so whatever that means. But basically, my game plan in this one is to Azu sweep. His only water resists are Starmie and Amoonguss. Amoonguss is a non-factor because I can knock that out with knockoff. Como is a non-factor, particularly with Reflect Up, because that can't do any damage to me even though it outspeeds me, unless it has like Toxic, then I'll be on a timer. But it may be to the point at that point where, because I mean, even here, him giving me Mrjamvad opens up my Dragapult a lot, and it also opens up my I'm surprised no para. He should be smart enough to switch out, but doesn't. And so as I said, here goes his Mrjamvad. Oh boy, my fucking Dragapult's the only thing I want in that can prevent me from getting revenge killed. So like, Dragapult has the best positioning versus the rest of his team, but everything I can go for can miss that can kill him. And so like, I'll have to go Azu even though I didn't want to. I mean, I suppose Azu isn't the worst. It just allows him to spore. I mean, I guess you could spore versus Dragapult too. But Mag being gone means I can just air slash through his team. Like, literally just air slash through his team. And so he goes hard Amoonguss, which I guess I'd never belly drum in a situation like that. So that's a relatively safe play. You get to keep Mag. It survives rocks. Why not? And so the assumption I'm going to go off is that 1, he's going to spore, and 2, that I'm not going to be the Marowak is going to be the electric absorption thing, and so I'm not going to get too much mileage out of that. And so I could see him attempting to Sludge Bomb. Either way, Grimmsnarl is always going to be my play here, as he opts for Starmie, and so Dragapult blocks rapid spin blocks. And so I'm assuming he's going to just sack here. Oh no, he actually. And so perhaps a Ice Beam coming out here. Very surprising, because again, this was his other Aqua Jet switching. So, for him to take this route, especially when he doesn't need to spin. I mean, Marowak is his only spin mod. And so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to Grimmsnarl Thunder Wave. Okay, that was the strat. I should have known. But again, the Starmie is a non-concern. I'm not gonna go back to Dragapult. Yeah, I figured. Please don't fucking have. Dragapult is just too important for me to. Even though I know what he's going to do, it's just too important. He's gonna. Oh, he actually predicted. Guys, I know my subs get super frustrated when shit like this happens as well, and so like, I know y'all are frustrated. He's gonna rapid spin now. Watch me get the Spirit Break off now, of course. But it's not the biggest deal in the world, because assuming I do get the Reflect off, it'd be the biggest mistake of his life to go something like your Shifu or a Marowak, and allow me to Reflect, of course, because that would be too fucking simple. Lord knows why he's even Swords Dancing, as if I don't have a whole Azu, Dragapult, all these Pokemon he loses to. But Hey, you know what I always say, to each their own. And so it would have been lovely there to have gotten that off and won. But it'd be too easy. Right? Again, don't know why he's even trying to set up. Like, I'm thinking, would he be Jolly? Is Jolly Marowak a thing? Even if he's Jolly, he can't knock out Azu through Reflect. Yeah, he's Lightning Rod. And so, yeah. I'm debating whether or not I want to. I mean, after this, I literally Air Slash win. And so I'll patience it out. Because Dragapult doesn't pick up KOs versus your Shifu or any of those beasts. And so I'll Dragon Darts because I can't miss. And perhaps he'll go to your Shifu Dark, anticipating me to Phantom Force. I did show life where I could have, but nah. Those aren't thoughts my opponent has. Actually, Azu was a misplay here. No, not necessarily. I mean, I've gotten the damage off I need on. And so if he goes Amoonguss, we just stall here until what? Because his mag is he's on Sludge Bomb until I get to switch. Clear Smog. And so obviously he doesn't want me shift gearing up with this. But anything else he goes to, he loses with. My thing is just I don't want his mag to come in and like have Pain Split or something. I mean, it showed Calm Mind, and so I'd assume not. But I can afford to double here. Because Pain Split would be really bad. What does he go for? Yeah. Please hit. Thank you. Okay, perfect. That's the perfect positioning I wanted. And so I know it's a lot to ask of Togekiss to actually do his fucking job. But, I'd hope that it could do at least that for your boy. And flinch this Urshifu. Because that's what he has to go to. He could go to Amoonguss, but it has Clear Smog, so I doubt it has. So he does go to Urshifu. It might have something to hit me. I cannot switch versus this. And so what I'm looking at is because if I go Mag, he Iron Headlocks. Yeah, he Scarf. Oh, that just killed. Wow, Urshifu is trash on this, but I thought the HP would. Jesus, that just killed. Yeah, we just go hard Mag here. I don't even need to play around. You just go hard Mag. I mean, he could double. So yeah, it's Toxic as his other move. Yeah. He was defensive Como anyway, and so he'd have lost to Togekiss. He couldn't touch Togekiss. Yeah. And so that's game. I just think it's funny how today, like, the live is like, yo, Jam, no matter what the fuck you do, we're gonna try our best to make you lose. He didn't see the air balloon. I respect it. But yeah, I'm just too tired to be mad today, guys. And I only get passionate really about Shelmet. When it's about my Shelmet, we mean business. But hopefully I'll have some time tomorrow to like reacclimate to the metagame. So I'll play a whole bunch of games so I know what people are using, yada yada yada. Because I got World Cup coming up too, and it's sad to know the metagame. But I'm a busy man. Pokemon is not by any means a income source or something like that. So I got shit to handle. But I do enjoy this, and I do enjoy uploading content for y'all. So if you did enjoy, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.